Hey there. Welcome into the Ben Maynard program. Thanks for being here. Today is a special one. Today is the Christmas show 2025. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. This is our third annual Christmas show. It's hard to believe. Man, where does the time go? I love it. This is great. We have a packed show. We have a packed show. So before we get into it, a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. As you know, this program is available wherever you stream your podcasts, wherever it is. Just search the Ben Maynard program. Boom, it's right there. Go with it. Subscribe to it. You can even download it. Okay. That's probably what you should do more than anything is download it and give me a 5-star rating because I deserve it. I really do. However, like today being the Christmas show, you're going to want to watch this, not because of only this right here, all this goodness, but other stuff that we have coming up too. And if you are watching, then you're watching on YouTube. So thank you very much for that. Just subscribe to the channel. All right. And that way, anytime a new episode publishes or drops, you'll get a notification. All right. Hit the notification bell as well. Give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. And I love your comments and I reply to them. So get it done. Okay. Last but not least, follow me on Instagram, simply Ben Maynard Program, all one word, or on the TikTok. It's the Ben Maynard Program. All right. So there are plenty of ways to take in this show for your dancing and listening pleasure. With that, as I said, it is the Christmas show 2026. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're joining me. And it's going to be some fun. Why? I don't know. Why? Just because it's that time of year. Everyone likes this time of year. It's a great time of year. There's so much to be thankful for, and I've got some good stuff planned. We have a couple of guests that will be joining us as well. Let me scoot up a little bit closer to the table, and yeah, so we're on a schedule here. So I got to make sure that I hit my marks when the guests call in. So let's get right to it. Oh, I guess before we do that, let me make sure that this ringer is off. Turn the ringer off on my cell phone because that would really not be a good thing. All right. So look, let's run it down. Let's run it down. First things first, it like I said, this is Christmas. It's the Christmas season. But what is Christmas to you? To you out there, the home and car listener? Um, for me, it's a very busy time of year, and there's a lot that goes on. Um, I really enjoy this time um, because it's look. I know it's the whole cliche. Oh, it's time to spend with the family and family time and blah 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 and this and that. And yeah, there's all of that, but there's so much more to it, um, especially for us Christians. There's a lot to celebrate when we hit the holiday season, and it starts really honestly. It starts with Thanksgiving, being thankful for a lot of stuff, and we're not going to go down that road right now because it's Christmas. But so there's a ton to be thankful for at Christmas and a ton to celebrate. What are some of the things that you do at Christmas? How do you celebrate the holiday with your loved ones, with your family, your friends? Um, it's a great time. It's a joyous time. I love a chill in the air, whether it's in the morning, whether it's in the evening, all day long. I love all of it. I love the weather. I like this time of year, period. I love the fall. I like the winter and I like the spring. I hate summer. I do. I just do. It's too hot and I'm too old. So, anyway, so like celebrating Christmas as a kid, it was always something special, hanging around the Christmas tree on the evening of Christmas Eve or on Christmas morning, that type of stuff. You're opening up your presents because that's what, unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but um, that's just what Christmas was to us as kids and probably to many of you out there. But as a kid, can you think back to what your favorite gift was as a kid? What was your favorite Christmas gift that you received from your parents? I know for me, and I know you guys all know I've got siblings, and so you've seen Brother Jim plenty of times on the podcast here. Um, we didn't necessarily grow up together. I mean, he's 9.5 years older than I am, but he was around the house a lot when we were younger. But my younger brother Chuck and we're only 2.5 years different. So there were some gifts that we shared. There were, our parents bought us a gift that was for the two of us. And when I look back and I think back to some of my favorite gifts as a kid, I remember Chuck and we got, our parents bought us a ping pong table and we set it up in the garage. We had a 3-car garage and we set it up on the 2-car side, lots of room to spread out. And just, I mean, we would go at it just with, each other, our friends. We have just these massive ping pong tournaments, and it was just a ton of fun. Just a ton of fun. I just think back on all that, and it's just good stuff. Those type of things bring back some great memories. Um, and then there was one year, I think it was a different year than the ping pong table. It could have been the same year. I that kind of stuff I get a little mixed up on. But the year that our parents bought us our own stereo, man, that was it. Because you know what a music lover I am. Well, Chuck was also very much a music lover as well. I mean, we were early on in our love for music. So to get our own stereo, we didn't have to play our parents' stereo down in the living room. We had it in our bedroom. Oh man, that was just the best. Stereo, a turntable, and had an AM FM tuner and an 8-track tape deck. Yeah, an 8-track tape. Can you say that 3 times? 8-track tape deck, 8-track tape deck, 8-track tape deck. Not easy. All you younger ones are like, what's an 8-track? Go look it up. So really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. I just that and then like I said, having your own stereo, and you could go up into your bedroom, close the door, put on, an album, sit there listening to it, crank it up. And we didn't have the greatest of speakers, but it served our purpose, I suppose, for being, I think we were like, I think I was like 11 or 12 when we got that stereo. So I had it for a little while. Yeah. But it was great. Absolutely loved it. So, getting back to celebrating Christmas, there's a couple things I want to do. I talk about it every year, and however you celebrate it is absolutely wonderful. And I want you to continue to do that. The one thing I don't want us to get away from, and is the true reason why we celebrate Christmas, and that is the birth of Jesus Christ. And being a Christian, it's very important to me. Um, Santa Claus, it's great. Shopping. Well, I don't know about shopping. Shopping is a nightmare, but you know what I mean. All the Christmas movies, all that stuff is great. The Christmas songs, and I'm going to get into some Christmas songs in a minute. All that stuff is wonderful, as long as we don't forget the true meaning of Christmas. And what I've been doing on my TikTok account is I've been posting a video every day of Advent. Advent is the season of Christmas. It's the 25 days or 24 days leading up to Christmas, 25 when you count Christmas. 4 weeks leading up to Christmas and the birth of Jesus. And so I've been posting a video every day reading a story of Advent. And I think day 10 was yesterday. So you would think that, like a 5-minute video, who cares? No big deal. Man, what an undertaking. Because I'm committed to do it every day. There's nothing I can do about it. You can't skip. You can't skip. Otherwise, it's not gonna be right. So I hope you guys out there are watching those videos. It's just something fun. Normally, I would stand in front of my fireplace. I have the Advent blocks up on the mantle, and normally I'd stand in front of the fireplace and then just grab the book and read. There's a book that comes along with these Advent blocks, and I just read it. And if anybody's in the house, great. If I'm by myself, great. I'm just standing there in front of the fireplace reading it. Doesn't matter if it's morning, noon, or night. But I wanted to have it mean a little bit more this year, so that's why I decided to take on that project and do it on the TikTok. So there you go. Watch for it, okay? Because there's 10 days right now. So all right. So what I'm going to do here is bring to you the story of the birth of Jesus. It's right out of the Bible. It's in the book of Luke, and it's Luke chapter 2. So I want to read that to you and hope that it'll just resonate with you. It resonates with me. So it's a beautiful story. All right, so here we go. And I haven't like really had a chance to go over this and read it beforehand. So let's hope I get it down just right. Okay. So take 2. Here we go. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria. And everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her first son. She wrapped him in cloths and packed him in a manger, because there was no guest room available for them at the inn. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger." Suddenly, a great company of the heavenly host appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace to those on whom his favor rests." When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about." So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby who was lying in the manger. When they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what had been told them about this child. And all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen, which were just as they had been told. And on the 8th day, when it was time to circumcise the child, he was named Jesus, the name the angel had given him before he was conceived. So there you go. The story of the birth of Jesus. Yeah. And I like to read that every year. I like to get that across because obviously it's a tremendous story. Oh man, so packed. And I keep looking at the time here because somebody's going to be calling in soon, and I can't be yammering away when they call. I got to be ready for it. All right. So, I love my music, and I have my Christmas playlist that I had put together a few years back. But going through a lot of that, in the past I've brought to you my top 10 Christmas songs, and I'm going to bring it to you again. However, there's been a little bit of a change this year. Yeah, there has been. So I'm going to present that to you right now. And jot these down. Jot these down. Put together your own Christmas playlist if you haven't, or add it to your current playlist. Whatever. These are absolutely fabulous tunes. Some are, I guess you would consider old standards, and some maybe not so much. So, a new addition this year to the top 10 Christmas songs is at number 11. Right. Number 11. It's Celebrate Me Home, the live version from Kenny Loggins. And my live version of this, there's a couple of live versions here, but my live version comes from the Mark and Brian Christmas Show 1992. Absolutely dynamite version of this song. So passionate, so just you could feel the emotions pouring out of Kenny as he's he's performing this. And for those of you who don't recall or don't know, Mark and Brian were morning hosts here on our local rock station for 25 years. They've been retired now for, I don't know, like 12, 13 years, something like that. But every year they would have a Christmas show, and they would invite music guests to come on and perform. And this version here, like I said, it's from 1991 or 92. I can't exactly recall, but man, so good. But I will say this, the closest version that I've heard of this tune is Kenny's live version from the album Outside from the Redwoods. That's a live version, and it's good too, but nowhere near as good as the 1992 Mark and Brian Christmas Show version. There's just a tremendous sax solo that by the end of the song, I had tears streaming down my face. It brings that much emotion. So good. All right, another new entry to the top 10 at number 10 is Carol of the Bells from Kenny Rogers. Man, it's so good. And I even tried to sneak stuff in. I was testing music in preparation for this morning. But boy, StreamYard's just too smart. They're too smart, and they mute it out. It's crazy. So I couldn't do it, but I would have played that one for you. It's so good. Kenny Rogers, Carol of the Bells. Then at number 9, there's Joseph and Mary's Boy from Alabama. I just read you the story of Jesus, the birth of Jesus. So you can imagine what Joseph and Mary's Boy, what that encompasses. So good. It's so good. And Alabama, they're just such a great country band as well. Love it. At number 8, Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. Now, this is a live recording from 1975. It's fun. It's that's the best way to describe it. It's just very fun, and involves the crowd, involves the band, outside of the musicianship, of course. But man, so good, so good. Um, and actually, it used to be higher on my top 10 list, but over the last couple of years, it's kind of slipped a couple of positions. So sorry, Bruce, but still a great song, though. At number 7, one that you may not be familiar with, but it's "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and it's from Gary Hoey. Now, Gary Hoey is a musician. He's a guitarist. Been recording for, I don't know, 30 years at least, something like that. And every year he does a show. He does a small tour in December. It's his ho hoey tour. So and he doesn't always play this version, but it is so good. If you can just go, I'm sure you can find it on a streaming service somewhere. "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" by Gary Hoey. Very, very fun, very good. I love it. It's so great. And I like it because it's just not, so traditional. It's great. At number 6, a song I've really just dug for so many years, a little humorous, and that is "Father Christmas" from the Kinks. It's great, so good. So good. From the Kinks, "Father Christmas." Go check it out. Go look it up if you're not familiar with it. That's why I'm giving these to you so you can jot them down. Trying to be a little slow on it, so I'll give you time to write them down and add them to your Christmas playlist. At number 5, we stick with some humor here. It was, I think, at number 5 last year as well, and that's "Yellin' at the Christmas Tree" by Billy Idol. It's off of his 2006 album, I believe it is, The Devil's Playground, and it is so good. The lyrics are so great, and it screams of the drama that can happen around a household during the Christmas season, especially on Christmas Day. Oh, so good. At number 4, the Little Drummer Boy from Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Um, Man, so good. It is so good. I love emotion, and it just you can feel it pouring through Bob as he's delivering this song. It is just so good. That's the best way I can describe it. Just so much true emotion in it. There are other versions of this song out there, and of course the original. And I should have looked it up. I cannot recall the original version that we probably all know. It's with I think a young boys choir that's performing it. But I know Chicago did a version of this song, which is actually really good. Nothing like this one. Nothing like this version at all. So good. I want you guys to, like I said, add these to your playlist, but I want you to leave them in the comments too. I want you to tell me what you think of these particular songs. Then at number 3, a song that goes back 41 years now, back to 1984, and that is "Do They Know It's Christmas" from Band Aid. And if you're not familiar with that, that is a collection of artists from the UK. The song was written by Bob Geldof from the Boomtown Rats, and the song was recorded and released to raise money for famine relief in Ethiopia back in, like I said, 1984. So it's a tremendous song. Like I said, it's a collection of artists coming together. Sting is on there, the girls from Bananarama, members of Duran Duran, Spandau Ballet, Paul Young, Phil Collins is playing the drums on it. Gosh, I'm trying to think who else is on this. So many. So many. Oh, Bono from U2, which actually he delivers probably my favorite line in the song. You guys got to go check it out. Just really, really good stuff. If you are not familiar with it, it's Do They Know It's Christmas from Band Aid. And it's the original version from 1984. There was a remake of it, or even a cover version of it, probably 15 years ago. It's terrible. It's terrible. So, yeah, it's terrible. That's one of my guests right there chiming in. So let me hang on. Let me give that guest a thumbs up and let them know I got their text and I got their message. All right, cool. so, um, so yeah, the original version. That's the one. That's the one. Um, at number 2, man, this version of the Christmas song was a standard. It is, and it is. It's a standard for many, many, many years. The, the Christmas song from Nat King Cole. Everyone has to know that one. It's an absolutely beautiful version of the song. And I say version of the song because uh, Nat King Cole wasn't the original artist. He didn't write the song. The song was actually written by Mel Torme. And Nat's version was my absolute favorite Christmas song for many, many, many years. And then Mel Torme came along, and I heard him perform this song on the Mark and Brian Christmas show, and it just floored me. Just floored me. So it kind of overtook that position. So at 2A is the Christmas song from Nat King Cole. And at 2, just a not even a smidge higher, is Mel Torme's version of the Christmas song. And what's amazing about that song, if you're not aware, Mel wrote that song in the middle of July. So in the middle of summer, how do you write a song about Christmas and make it say so much? I don't know how you do it, but he did it, and it's it's a beautiful thing. It's an old standard, and man, it just brings back so many great memories as well. That Nat King Cole version, there's a whole entire Christmas album from Nat King Cole. Just some great stuff. Uh, I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day. Uh, O Tannenbaum, which is O Christmas Tree in German, and he sings the whole thing in German. It's great. So good. So good. All right. Anyway, moving on, moving along. The number one song, and this one is for 2 years in a row. It is God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen from Mercy Me. There are other versions out there. This one to me is the absolute tremendous version. It's the one. It's very powerful, brings in strings and orchestra, and it becomes very almost bombastic and heavy, and it's so good. Ooh, let me shut that off. So good. So you guys, if you're not familiar with that one, go check that one out as well. So that one rounds out the top 10 Christmas songs. My top 10 Christmas songs, and I'll give them back to you really quick. Top 10 Christmas songs at number 11. Celebrate Me Home, live version, Kenny Loggins. Number 10, Carol of the Bells, another Kenny Rogers. Number 9, Joseph and Mary's Boy, Alabama. Number 8, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. Number 7, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, Gary Hoey. Number 6, Father Christmas, The Kinks. Number 4, Little Drummer Boy, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Number 3, Do They Know It's Christmas, Band Aid. Number 2A, 2 and 2A, let's do it that way. The Christmas Song from Nat King Cole, and then also the version from Mel Torme. And at number one again, God rest ye merry gentlemen. So yeah, great, great, great stuff. We're on standby right now, waiting for our first guest to call in. But can you? I kind of tried to Christmas up the studio a little bit. Probably the one and only time you may ever see the logo on the back wall covered up. That's got to show. Come on, are you serious? But yeah, okay. In all transparency, all truth be told in this situation, I grabbed the wreath off of our front door. Stole the wreath off of our front door and hung it up here on the back wall of the studio. So I just did it real quick. And then Catherine grabbed this little wagon here with the I don't know, pine stuff in it, and I think those are like cranberries and pine cones and whatever. And she says, "Oh, here, put this in the studio too." No, it's Christmas. So yeah, there you go. So a little, I wish I had more time. I probably would have thrown a little garland in here and maybe put a tree in the corner behind me somewhere, but just didn't have time to do it. At least look, I fixed up. I put on a collared shirt. I put on a tie for you guys. I figure you deserve it. So, anyhow, so as we wait for our guest to call in, every year I have read well, I shouldn't say every year. Most every year I've read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" to my family during our big family Christmas party. I'd sit down, pull it out, read it. The kids would be there, the grandkids. Well, I think when I started reading it, I didn't have grandkids. So the kids were there, the nieces, the nephews, all that kind of thing. And it's because I love it. It's just a great story. And it's just nicely written. It flows very well. And it just became tradition. So the last 2 years I've read it right here on the Ben Maynard program Christmas show. That doesn't roll off the tongue. It's just the Christmas show, whatever. And I'm debating because I've also taken this one here, the Polar Express, and read this to the family and the kids, and actually the grandkids as well. But and I love that. It's a great story as well. So I'm kind of up in the air debating on which one I'm going to read. So I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll excuse me, maybe I'll get some feedback from our guest or guests as they come in. We'll see what happens here. I'm kind of, if you can't tell, I'm just kind of vamping here, and I'm going to look something up real quick. And let's see. Let's look it up. I know, isn't this great? Dead air. Oh wait, no. Let's look this up. I don't have my iPad in the studio today because I didn't really think I was going to need it. There we go. Here it is right now. Oh, June 2025. The average amount of money spent on Christmas. So this was put together in June of this year. It says Christmas spending for 24-25. So it was based on last year, up to last year. Is anticipated to increase, with shoppers projected to spend an average of $1,638 on gifts, travel, and entertainment, representing a 7% rise from previous years. Okay. Notably, 26% of consumers plan to increase their holiday budgets, with some expecting to spend up to $3,076, while millennials are set to boost their spending by 22%. Holy Toledo. Approximately 35% of shoppers intend to spend over $500, with 80% focusing on gifts and food. The total U.S. Christmas spending was forecasted to reflect a substantial investment, with over 60% of budgets allocated to gifts. All right. Okay. So some of the details, at least one of them, 44% of Christmas shoppers anticipate dividing their purchases equally between in-store and online shopping. And let's see. Yes, we covered that part there. Holy cow. 8 in 10 people are looking forward to purchasing gifts for Christmas. Really? All right, 8 in 10. Meanwhile, 79% are looking forward to spending on food, and 36% are likely to spend on alcoholic beverages. Oh, no. That could get you in trouble. So you have to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Let me do this right here real quick. Let me send out this text. Let's see. Everything. Okay. Standing by. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what happens here. So, yeah, a lot of money spent at Christmas. A lot of money spent at Christmas, but if you're wise out there, don't spend so much on the alcohol. Kind of let's not get crazy. Oh, I don't see you. Wait, hang on. Why don't I see you? Why don't I see you? Hang on a second. Huh. My guest says that she has been backstage for 5 minutes. Let's see here. I don't see you. Here's what I'm going to do, people. I've never, ever, ever done this before. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit pause, and then I'm going to straighten this stuff out, and then we're going to come right back. All right. I'll see you in a minute. There we go. Oh, we're back. We're back after that short pause, everyone. But see, look on the screen. Look next to me. Who is that? That's friend of the program, Olivia Harms. How are you, Olivia?
I am so good. Yeah, thanks for bearing with me. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I'm at the ranch. We can always blame it on that. We can always
All
blame it
right,
on like being at the ranch.
let's blame it on the ranch then. Anyway, no, it's just it's good to see you. It's only been a few weeks since I saw
I
you
know.
last, but no, it is. It's good to see you, and thanks for taking a little bit of time. I won't keep you for very long, just I don't know, 10 minutes or so, something like that. Just real quick in and out. I just wanted to check in with you and kind of see what it is that you're doing right now, because I think you told me you have a show tonight, right?
I do have, yeah, we have a really good habit of like talking on show days. I like this.
We
This
do.
is a good tradition.
Yeah, we do. So tell me a little bit about what goes on. I see you sitting in front of the Christmas tree, so that's good. Yeah,
Yes.
I was telling the audience, I grabbed the wreath off our front door and hung it on the back wall here.
I love it. I love it. Very festive.
Yeah. So tell me what you have going on. What's your family doing? What are some of your traditions for the Christmas season?
Yeah, so I'm really excited. Tonight is actually my very last show of the whole year. So
Great.
it's a local show up in Northern California. I'm excited to close out the year. It's been really good, but I'm also really looking forward to, doing like a baking day tomorrow. And then we always go and deliver treats to our neighbors and, the other ranches around. So my husband and I will load up the sleigh with cookies and go deliver some cookies and treats over the weekend. And then following that, that, next weekend we go up to Oregon to see my parents and spend time on their ranch for Christmas and the rest of the holiday. But it's nice to have some downtime because I feel like I just go so much, and that it's so nice to finally be able to just like, be calm, sit and have your coffee in front of the Christmas tree, not be
Yeah.
rushing around so much, and just spend time, with the quality people in your life. I think that's what the season is really all about, is the time and the memories that you make. And I'm looking forward to being able to do that.
Yeah, sitting around with your cup of coffee like me. I'm not much of a coffee drinker, so I've got my hot cocoa mug.
I love it.
So it's all for looks.
All for looks.
Yeah. Um, so if okay, if I text you my address, you gonna FedEx me a package of those baked
You
goodies?
got it. You got it.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, I love it though. That's great. And you have been incredibly busy this year. That's so neat. Um, now what oh, I know. I had put together for well, to please myself, but also to share with the audience. I put together my top 10 Christmas songs,
Oh, perfect.
and I ran them down actually while you were waiting for me, while I was waiting for you. I
It's
was I
okay.
was running them down. But do you have a favorite Christmas song?
I do. Yeah. My favorite one is not so well known. It's called The Gift. And my mom used to play it when I was young, and now I play it. And it's on, I think it's first on the Garth Brooks Christmas album. It might even be older than that, but that's where I remember hearing it. And it's just a beautiful story. Really, like embodies what the season is all about and what a gift it is that Jesus came down to the earth to save us. And great story song. And then, there's like the other ones that we love to sing and sing along with. But I think that one takes the cake as the number one spot.
Okay, no, that's good. I wrote it down because I'm going to give it a listen and add it to my Christmas playlist.
It's a
I
good one.
Yeah, I put together a playlist now a few years back because I was like, when I'm at work, um, especially during this time of year, I want to hear some nice Christmas music, something to just take my mind away from everything else. And so I had put this playlist together. It's like 2.5 hours long,
Oh,
and
perfect.
yeah, no, it's pretty it's pretty heavy. And so, but out of that, I get my top 10 Christmas songs, and it doesn't contain all so many of the old standards. It really doesn't. And look, I'm much older than you, so an old standard to me is way, way, way back. Stuff that I grew up when I was a kid that
Yeah.
was being played around the house, like Nat King Cole, the
Oh, I mean,
Christmas
great.
song. I mean, I was telling the audience that was my favorite Christmas song for many, many, many years,
Yeah.
and it still is. Actually, it's number two on the list now. But Mel Torme, and I don't know if you've heard of Mel Torme or Mel Torme, but
Yeah.
he wrote that song.
Okay.
And
I didn't realize that.
for years, up until like
Yeah.
35 years ago, I had no clue myself. But uh, he had performed it live on a Christmas show put together by uh, my radio heroes, Mark and Brian. This was like almost this. I think this was around 1991 or 92, and that version there, that is his live version is my favorite version. People will have to seek it out because I don't think you find it on any streaming service. You might have to look on YouTube for it, and that kind of thing. I know my boys put out a Christmas CD 25 years ago, and one of the discs had musical performances from their past shows, and it was on there. So at least I have that in physical form.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to I'm gonna have to figure out how to get my hands on it.
Yeah, yeah, it's so good. But uh another one of my favorites is well, the number one. I'll just get to the number one. The number one on my list is God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen from
Oh, such a
Mer-
good one.
Mercy Me, though.
Okay.
The
The Mercy
Mercy.
Me. Yeah.
And what I like about it is that they bring in the strings, they bring in the orchestra, and again, I told the audience I'm repeating myself, but it becomes so like bombastic and so big
Oh
and
yeah.
so heavy, and man, I it just that one just tears at me. It's so good, so good.
Such a classic. Yeah, that is a great one. That see, now you're inspiring me to go like listen to some more good Christmas music because I think everybody has, their favorites, right? Like you have your top 10. I have some of my favorites, but I
Yeah.
think the best thing is every year that it comes around, there's always something new or there's a new take like on a classic song or you discover a new album. So it's like it's great. If you ever need any like country suggestions for country Christmas albums, like my top one is always going to be Kenny and Dolly. They have Dolly Parton has a country Christmas album with Kenny Rogers. And I remember like my mom would put that on and my grandma when she was still with us.
Okay.
We would cook and bake and like that's what I'll be playing tomorrow when I'm having my day in the kitchen. And my husband, he'll just have to deal with it.
Oh, no. Well, I didn't know that, Kenny and Dolly, um, had a Christmas duet. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, it's
See,
a good one.
I've got look, on my first off, in my top 10, I have Joseph and Mary's Boy from Alabama.
Oh yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. Oh, and it was a new addition this year was Carol of the Bells, speaking of Kenny Rogers.
Yes.
That is so good too. So
So
I
many good
do,
ones.
yeah, I know I got a little bit of my country in on my my top 10 Christmas songs, but have you ever considered writing a Christmas song or even putting together a Christmas album?
I have, yeah. I mean, I have a couple Christmas songs in the works, and it's something that honestly I was hoping I would be able to do this year. But then before I knew it, it was November, and I was like, shoot, I guess I'm a little late in the game because I hadn't even had time in the studio to record them yet. So I think
Right.
I'll just go ahead and record some Christmas music in the spring, and then it'll be all ready to go, and I can put it out in 2026 because I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year
Yeah.
and a Christmas album would be like the dream, like a little
Yeah.
country honky tonk Christmas. That's what we need.
Oh, I love it. I love it. If you, but if you record in the spring or summer, you're gonna have to kind of dress up like you are now. You probably have to throw a scarf on and just to kind of put
Mhm.
yourself in the Christmas mood.
That's right. Yeah, I'll have to like really be thinking of red and green and
Yeah,
jingle
you'll have to
bells
do it
and
up. so, so you're taking the rest of the year off, and then I know you kick right up again next year, and um, I'm looking forward to getting out and seeing you. I know you have that show in April in Santa Clarita. That's at the Cowboy Festival. I think it's the 40th annual, isn't it?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think
So
it
this will
is. Yeah,
be like so fun. If you haven't been, you're gonna have a good time. We're gonna finally get to catch up in person.
we
It'll
are.
be great.
We are, and we'll have you back before then too, as well. And then I know you and I we've talked about it, and maybe even doing something live where we can get your audience to
Yeah,
participate, and we'll do it up.
I'd love it.
That was good. But I will let you go. Oh, no, no! Before I do let you go, I do have another question for you. Okay, I read in the past. I've read stories to my family when we have our big family Christmas party, that stuff like that. I'll read twas the night. Usually it's twas the night before Christmas
Yeah.
because I just love the way it finishes off.
Yeah.
And but I have also read the Polar Express.
That's another good one.
It is. So I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Oh man, that's hard. I mean, the night before Christmas is such a classic. I think that's probably the way I would lean. But yeah, I mean, there was one I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to like do some research now. You taking me back to my childhood and thinking of the books that my parents used to read me. But there was
Yeah.
one about like this grumpy old innkeeper, and my mom was so great. She'd do voices, like she's one of those really cool moms that would like stomp, stomp, stomp and make all the noises. And anyways, so it was like no room for the at the inn, and it was the story of Joseph and Mary, and like
Oh,
it was always made me laugh, and it was like such a great story. And so I think that one's probably my favorite. I'll have to figure out what it's called and send it to you. But
yeah,
the night
yeah,
before
yeah.
Christmas is is always a winner. You know, like it's just like the classic. It makes you feel good. You're like, Christmas is here. So, can't go wrong.
No, it's just, I mean, because it's originally a poem. It's a very long
Yeah.
poem, but it really rolls, well. It just,
Yeah.
the alliteration is good. I don't get tongue tied when I read it. So, it's all good stuff. I'm glad you said that because now I know which one I'm finishing the show with. So, yeah.
Perfect. Good. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'm excited to tune in and listen.
All right. Well, listen, Olivia, you got a show tonight. That's the one thing we're going to have to stop doing is meeting on show day.
It's okay. I already have to get dressed up anyways. So it works out all right. Like I'll be like, well, I gotta get, suited up for show day anyway. So might as well throw an interview in
Oh,
there.
well,
Works out
yeah,
grand.
and speaking of getting dressed up, you're wearing something that your husband is not going to expose your backside.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we just got back from the National Finals Rodeo, and my husband, he's a great dancer, and I wore like this like silver, it's cute. It's like a little metallic dress, and
Yeah.
he spun, spun, spun. Next thing I know, the zipper blew out, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Dang it! Either I need to lay off the cookies, or we need to." We need to get the spinning in order. Maybe not wear this dress again for if we get it repaired. We'll see. But yeah, that was a shock. Not something I was planning on doing.
Yeah, I saw that video and I saw you standing there in front of the mirror and yeah, yeah, no, you were you were pretty exposed. It's like,
Uh, yeah. So thankfully we could just do a quick fix and it was all good.
no, that's good. That's good. Well, listen, again, thank you so much. Appreciate it. You and your family just have the most wonderful Christmas. And again, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on and Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you in the new year. Okay.
Deal.
All right. Take care now. Bye bye. There she goes, Olivia Harms. She is so awesome. She's just so good. She is. She's the best. And it's just fun for her for me anyway, to have her come and spend a few minutes with us, talk about what she's got going on at Christmas. I was waiting for another guest. I may have to pause again and see what's up. Never ever have these issues. It's so weird. Let me. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna hit pause so you don't have to look at all this, okay? And we're gonna unpause it when we come back. See you in a minute. There we are. All right. So we're back, people, after that short pause. You know, we don't edit anything, so I had to hit pause on this one. Technical issues, been dealing with them all morning. And, I told you all before this podcast is held together by scotch tape and chewing gum. So, you know, you can see right next to me is our next guest. That's Chris Skates, for a previous guest. On the program. And Chris, what's going on?
I am just leaving Washington. I've been in some meetings this morning in my new job in the Trump administration. And I
Yeah.
want you to know, this will make you feel better. I was just in a meeting with some very high level government officials who shall remain nameless. And we had constant technical difficulties with a streaming meeting where a lot of people were in the room and then other people were streaming in. And we had a bunch of problems. So it's not just you.
It's not just me in Southern California. Well, listen,
Yeah,
you're
even the highest levels of the federal government can't get their streaming to work.
yeah, well, your video is choppy, but your audio is great. Oh, you just dropped out. You just dropped out. All right. Well, we'll get him back. We'll get him back. Technical problems, look, in the age of all this tremendous technology that we have, um, cell phones and everything, we still can't get that stuff. We can't get cell phones and Wi-Fi dialed in. In 1969, we put a man on the moon, but in 2025, we can't get Wi-Fi, cell service, all that stuff. We just can't get it dialed in. It's crazy. Crazy. So we'll see if we get Chris back in a minute. I just wanted him for a few minutes. As you can see, he was driving. He said he was on his way back to his apartment there in DC. And for those of you who don't know, Chris was a previous guest. He was on the show, I think, back in May, and he's an author. Well, he's like a nuclear physicist, and he's an author, and he's written books and all that kind of stuff. And because of his expertise in energy and in the world of nuclear energy, Chris is now a part of the Trump administration. He's working in the Department of Energy. So let's see if we can get him back here. Let's see. I'll try again. You dropped out. Now I'm not pausing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now I'm not pausing. Now we're just doing it all live. There he is. I think he's coming back in, people. I think he's coming back in. I'm looking on my screen here. It's looking promising. So, see if we can get him back in for a few minutes. And see you and hear you. No, I don't see you, Chris. I don't see you. Yeah. I'm going to pause one more time, folks. Sorry about that. It's only the Christmas show, right? I'll be back in a second.
Talking back to you.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, you dropped out over here. So, that's okay. Like I said, we're that's the beauty in all this stuff. And I told the audience, 1969, we put a man on the moon with less technology than our cell phones have, and yet we can't figure out Wi-Fi and cell service and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
just weird.
Have you ever been to the Smithsonian and seen the Apollo capsule?
No, I haven't been to Smithsonian.
Thing, it looks. Yeah. When you look at that capsule, it looks like something you and I made in our garage. It's got all these old-timey toggle switches on the control panel, and it's as old school as it can be. And these guys went to the
Oh,
are you hearing me?
Yeah, I was cutting. Your audio was cutting out, but I know we were getting the gist of it.
I've got pretty good signal.
Okay. All right. That's all right. That's okay. We're going to power through it. But just real quick, Chris, real quick. Tell me what you got going on in the, what's going on lately. You dropped out. I hear you.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. Well,
keep talking. Just keep talking.
We can just do the audio if you want to keep going.
You just keep talking. I got you.
So yeah, I'm at the nuclear. Okay, I'm at the regular nuclear power.
Yeah.
And there's all kind of amazing stuff going on, most of which I can't talk about because we are in a worldwide competition on nuclear technology. But it's fascinating. A guy like me from little old Georgia. I started my career in a nuclear plant at Georgia Power, and now I'm all the way up here at the highest levels of making decisions about the future of nuclear power, which is very encouraging, by the way. Spent a lot of this morning talking about nuclear fusion, which is like really futuristic stuff. But yeah, there's some really good stuff going on. I've been invited to the White House for their Christmas party, which is going to be really exciting next Saturday. They probably have more than one. I'm probably at the junior party, but whatever. I'll take whatever I can get.
The junior party. That's great. That's so good. That's so good. You have to come back. You have to come back on the podcast sometime next year so we can talk about everything you have going on, and the future of this stuff. And of course, we're not going to give out any secrets, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. it's really cutting edge. I can very easily see our energy infrastructure being completely transformed over the next 10 to 15 years, where I can't remember the exact percentage off the top of my head. I think currently nuclear power is about 25 or 30% years. It'll
Oh, you cut out. I didn't hear what that percentage was gonna be.
be 80%.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're having a little bit of difficulty here, but that's okay. Like I said, we'll try to power through it. Real quick, Chris, besides parties at the White House,
Hey,
what's
Ben, can you
going
hear
on?
me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine now. I I don't know if you can hear me, but I hear you just fine.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You're coming in loud and clear. Oh, but you can't
Do you
hear me
want me
on
to
your
run
side.
inside and get on Wi-Fi and call you back?
That's fine. You can call me back because this is just fun. Yeah, call me back. Call me back.
Yeah,
Here. All right.
give me
I'll send
5
you a
minutes
text.
to get in my.
I'll send you a text. Call me back.
Okay.
Well, we're back again from another pause, people, something we have never done. But I think we have our problems situated and taken care of. So let's bring back Chris Skates. And there he is, not driving, but in fact, in his apartment.
From my inner layer, you see my Christmas tree back there.
Excellent. Excellent. So we left off. You were telling the audience a little bit that right now we're like 20 to 25% nuclear power throughout the country, and in 10 to 15 years, you thought we might be where?
80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I think it's really going to grow. There's just a lot happening, a lot moving and shaking. And what really drove it is AI.
Okay.
So you and I talked about it when I was on before, but just to refresh your audience's memory, I wrote a lot of technical papers and spoke all over the country pushing for more power generation way back into the mid 90s when
Yep.
nobody else was talking about it. Everybody else was saying demand's going to fall down and or go down, and we need to start closing some of these coal plants and yada yada. That was really the consensus of everybody, even in the energy industry. And I said, no, demand's going to spike, and we're not going to be ready for it. We need to be building plants. So
Right.
I was published on that in a lot of different outlets, mostly trade journals, where most of your audience probably doesn't read. But so now I'm really happy, but also frustrated that it took the AI Silicon Valley guys who all of a sudden wanted energy for their AI centers to get
Right.
people to wake up. And so now all of a sudden everybody's realized, holy crap, we're on the verge of having blackouts, and I want to build my AI center. So now all of a sudden everybody wants power. So it's really revitalized the nuclear industry, and we can talk a little bit about what happened, why the nuclear industry went bad, if you want to get into that much technical. But the energy, we're the winds at our back in the nuclear space right now, and I hope that we don't have something to undermine that, because I would really like to see some of these plants get built.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, you definitely have to come back in the new year, come back, talk about what it is you're doing in the administration, and kind of let's put some focus on where it is that we are now and where it is we need to go. We
Yeah,
definitely got to set that up for next year. Okay.
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. And but back to Christmas, okay? Since this is the Christmas show. um tell me about like tell me about what you remember Christmas as a kid.
Sure, and I'll tell you something that I'm having a lot of fun with right now.
Yeah.
I was in the grocery checkout line and saw a special edition Life magazine, which I snatched right up and brought home. I didn't realize that this December is also the 100th birthday of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, I don't think I realized that.
I didn't either. And I've been just devouring this magazine because, I deal with such serious topics all day at my job. And
Yeah.
I'm in the administration, and that's like war without bullets. And so to come home and just read a little bit about Winnie the Pooh, because really when you look at the A.A. Milne books, the original books, they're really nice, sweet little philosophies about friendship and kindness and just all kind of really wholesome ideas. So part of my Christmas that I've really enjoyed getting back to my childhood and reading some of those excerpts from those books that I read, my parents read to me when I was a kid. But I remember one particular Christmas, I actually wrote a short story about this. It's kind of funny. I was so into cowboys and Indians, and I was particularly into the show Bonanza. So this would have been about 1968.
Yep.
And Santa Claus brought me that year the best gift I've ever received or ever will receive, a Bonanza Hoss Cartwright gun set. So it was a cap pistol with real fake wood grips. It was a cap rifle, and it had a false leather gun belt with a steer head buckle. And then to go with that, my mother got me a cowboy suit, which was like black denim with red cowboy trim and then white fringe and these gloves that had fringe hanging off of them. The only thing was the cowboy suit was apparently made for Shaquille O'Neal. Because this thing was so much too big for me. It was like 3 feet of fabric was hanging off the end of my legs and arms. And my mom was like, "You'll grow into it." I'm 62 years old and I still haven't grown into it. I don't even know where it is.
Oh,
but I
I'm
had
falling
so
out
much
laughing.
fun.
Oh, geez.
I had so much fun with those cap guns. And when I put that gun belt on, mister, you better believe I was ready to go to battle with whoever.
You were ready to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. What are your plans for this Christmas? What's going on around the Skates household?
I'm going to be, of course, I'm away from my family while I'm up here, which is kind of a bummer during this. I did get to go home for a week during Thanksgiving and saw the grandkids and spent time with my wife and kids. I am going home the 23rd. So I'll actually be home from the 23rd through New Year's, and that's going to be really nice. But actually, this Saturday, I became a member of the Museum of the Bible here in D.C., which is a fascinating place. Really a world-class museum. And they're going to have a Christmas thing going on this weekend that I'm going to, where they're going to be looking at some ancient historical Christmas celebrations. And then I'm going to dart over to the Smithsonian American History Museum. They've got a display going of department store windows from the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Oh,
how cool is that?
Great.
Yeah. And from there, I'm going to zip over to the National Christmas Tree and get some pictures of that. So that'll be a good Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds so good. I'm going to tell you this. You have to stick around DC long enough for Catherine and I to get there because you're going to be our tour guide.
Yeah. You guys come up.
Absolutely, man.
You can crash
Absolutely.
You're going to have to crash on my couch on the floor, though. I ain't giving you my bed. It's
quite all right.
But I do have a couch. I don't even think it's a pull-out couch. I've never tried it, but it's a 1-bedroom apartment, but it's nice, and you can get right on the metro from here and go anywhere you want to go. And I can tell you what metro to get on and all that good stuff.
That's great. That's great. That's beautiful. Do you have and you probably don't have a lot of time for doing this. I don't know, but do you have like a Christmas playlist you have on your phone that you get to listen to?
It's funny you mention that. I've got 3 that I've been really streaming. I got really in the Christmas spirit the day after Thanksgiving. Usually I'm a little bit slow to catch up on Christmas.
Okay.
But this year I was really into it right from the get-go. I know 2 of these albums aren't that new, but I love Kelly Clarkson's Wrapped in Red Christmas album.
Okay.
I've been listening to every song on it. Michael Bublé, the master. I love that guy. He's got a great Christmas album that I think came out last year. And then there's one by the Gaither Vocal Band. And I wish I could remember that song. They've got a song on there that's one of the most beautiful. All of them are great because their harmonies are so incredible.
Yeah.
But they've got a song on there, something about sweet release. It's looking at the birth of the Christ child from the Old Testament perspective.
Okay.
So it's the song is about how we've been waiting for hundreds of years for this moment, and now it's here in the
Yeah.
face of this little baby. It's just a breathtaking song. I had never heard it before, and I've listened to that song probably 20 times already this week, and still I'm not tired of it.
Do me a
Hymn of
favor.
Sweet Release. I think that's
Okay, do me a favor. When you get a moment, send it to me. Text it over to me so
Yeah,
that
I
I
will.
have it. Okay, great. That's awesome. That's swell. Yeah, you know, I every year when I do the Christmas show, I put together my top 10 Christmas songs and that kind of thing. And you know, the last couple of years, "God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen" from Mercy Me it's the number one song on my list. It's just a great version of that song. It's just tremendous. But
they're so talented. And, you know, I need to give Mercy Me a chance. I haven't gotten over to them yet. Not because I didn't like them, just because I just haven't done it yet. But.
Yeah, no, that particular song is so good. But you know, because you and I we're really close in age, and around my house, Nat King Cole was playing all the time. The Christmas song, his you know, one of his Christmas albums, and so that was always something that was around the house at Christmas time. A lot of Nat King Cole, a lot of I mean. Obviously, the Christmas song, his biggest. Everyone goes to Nat's version of that song, which is tremendous. But he did a version of "Oh Christmas Tree," but he did "O Tannenbaum," so he did it in German.
Oh yeah,
and
you know, I was listening to the Apple Holiday Channel the other day, and they played that, and you're right, it's really good.
So and his voice is just so velvety smooth, and so just so good, so good. So I love all that stuff.
Hey, do you have time for a Christmas history story?
Chris, I got all the time for you that you need. And here's the beauty in this, people. Chris is such an amazing storyteller. So Chris, you take it away. Because here's what happens when you and I are finished up here. This is how I'm closing out the show. I'm gonna read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Oh, great!
And close out the show. But we can always do with another good Christmas story. So give it to us.
So I'm in DC, and all this happened in the immediate vicinity, within probably 100 miles of here, that I'm about to tell you. I'm actually revisiting it because I've been reading a book off and on when I have time to read leisure stuff, about a founder that I knew very little about, James Monroe, who became what, 6th or 7th president of the United States.
Yep.
But also he was the one that did the Louisiana Purchase.
Yes,
he was really the mastermind behind it. Thomas Jefferson was the president, but he was working for Thomas Jefferson, and they were very good friends, by the way. I didn't realize that James Monroe fought in combat under George Washington during the Revolution. So one of the really understudied times in American history that we should all know more about is the Battle of Trenton.
Mm-hmm.
And when Washington crossed the Delaware. And it was freezing cold. But let me set it up, though. Before they made this amazing crossing, the logistics of getting a whole army across this river and with ice flows going down the river and snow on both sides is mind-blowing that they were even able to do it.
Yeah.
But his army was very sick. A lot of them had frostbite. Very few of them had shoes. Their shoes had rotted away. And he wrote in his diary just a week or so before Trenton, he said, "I don't think anyone else in the country except me understands how dire our circumstances are." And he didn't mean just the circumstances of his army. He meant of the republic, of the survival of the nation. And so he had a colonel, and I apologize, his name escapes me right now, but the colonel wrote him a letter. He was like his adjunct. He was Washington's right-hand man. And he said, "General, it is time something is done, something bold and dramatic. Our situation is digressing rapidly to total failure unless it is rescued by some happy event." So Washington decided, I'm going to do the only thing I can do, which is attack. So here he is with this sick army, barefoot army, underfed, malnourished, and he's going to cross the Delaware on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
In a driving snowstorm with literal icebergs coming down the river, hitting the sides of the canoes. They got to remember, they got to get cannon and horses across too. They had horses getting on barges, and they had to do it all without the British hearing them, who had a fort. So at the fort, along with the British, were the Hessians, who were brutal fighters, who were contractors basically for the British, and really tough fighters. But Washington realized something, because he was also a student of history. He knew they would celebrate Christmas Eve, and he knew they would be drinking.
Oh.
So he crossed the Delaware where they were having their Christmas party in this driving snowstorm. And then when they got across the Delaware, the road from the riverbank to the fortress in Trenton was covered in blood because of the frostbite of the soldiers' feet.
Oh, wow.
The ice and snow was cutting into their and blistering their feet so bad their feet were bleeding.
Oh,
he marches them through the snow all night and then attacks. So it's not like they got there and took a break and had a nice hot meal and then attacked. No, they went right into combat.
yeah.
And they turned the tide of the revolution by defeating the Hessians that night. The Hessians surrendered. But James Monroe was there and did all of that with them. So these are the kind of guys that made up this country's early history. We don't have that in our. I mean, I love President Trump, but he's not cut out of that kind of cloth.
I don't know many of us that are. That's
hardly any of us are, and yet the sacrifices that these folks made, and Monroe had a lot. So did John Adams. Had a lot of suffering within his family because he had to be gone so much.
Yeah.
They were really poor because they never paid these guys anything back then. The government jobs weren't good paying jobs back then, but they kept serving because they realized they had the skill set to do what needed to be done. And we're all here and enjoying freedom because of it.
Absolutely. It was, they didn't do it because they wanted to, they did it because they had to.
Yeah. And it had to be done. And really, I don't want to in any way compare myself to them, but I'm 800 miles from my grandkids at Christmas for that same reason, because I know a lot about nuclear power and they need people that are dedicated and knowledgeable to be willing to serve in these positions. So, here I am. I don't know how long I'll stay. I'll probably stay the whole administration, but
I certainly hope so.
I'm 62 and a cancer survivor, and here I am up here fighting the good fight.
Yeah, I love it, Chris. It's good to see your face. It's good to hear your voice. It's great to talk to you. You know what? I want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. And thanks for joining in. And you and I, we're going to check back next year. We're going to get you back on here and find out all the good stuff that's going on.
Yeah, that'd be great. Keep on keeping on, Ben.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Take care now.
Bye.
I will see you. Man, you know what? A lot of us, we don't realize that, or maybe remember that crossing of the Delaware took place on Christmas Eve, and the foresight that they had. Hey, the British are going to be over there celebrating Christmas. They're going to be busy drinking and that kind of stuff, so we can catch them off guard. Wow, just absolutely amazing stuff. Great to hear from Chris. It's so good. I told you, he's such a very gifted storyteller. His books are out there. Look him up, Chris Skates books, however it is you want to. You can look them up. They're all on Amazon. Great stuff. And I think it's going to be such a tremendous help with our current administration. So we'll get him back next year, get an update on everything. And yeah, so good. All right. Well, listen, we are right down here to the end of the program. So I thank our guests for being here, Olivia Harms and Chris Skates. And I just want to, before I get into this story here of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, I'll let you guys know I have 2 books of this story, and this is not the one that I normally read. The one that I normally read is much larger and it has bigger print, so it's easier to see. I don't need my glasses. Today I'm going to need my glasses. But before I get into this, I just want to, again, reiterate the reason why we celebrate Christmas. and let's not forget it. Uh, let's just love on each other, love your families, love your friends, love your neighbors, love your community. And let's get it done. We always say, oh yeah, well, we'll, turn it around in the new year. Well, the new year is only a couple weeks away, but we can start turning it around today. Okay. So with that, I want to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas. And I don't want to say Happy New Year because we'll be back. We'll be back after this show. This isn't the last show of the year, but a very Merry Christmas to each and every one of you, to you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, all that. And thanks for just sticking by me this last year. The audience grows, not a lot, but it grows a little bit, and that's okay. Let's grow it however much we can, and go from there. I just do what I do, and I bring you guys along. There we go, a little bit better focus. I bring you guys along, and I love having you around. So again, a very Merry Christmas to each and every one of you, and let's finish this show up with a little story by my friend Clement C. Moore. 'Twas the night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Ma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the house the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all! To all! Good night!"